guys, it's me Katie, and I'm back today to make a video with 5 major tips. I don't know why I'm raising both hands because that would make 10. 5 major tips that would definitely help you incoming college freshmen to help you succeed and to help you save a lot of money. So keep on watching for these 5 awesome tips that I wish I knew as an incoming college freshman. Thanks! Okay, so the first tip that I definitely wish I knew as an incoming college freshman is to get to know your professors. I cannot stress this enough, you guys. The more you go and talk to them, the more likely they are to help you at the end of the semester. If you're on the cusp of an A or B or a BC, if they know your name and they know your face, and at the end of the day, you're so close to making an A, odds are at the end of the semester, you will make an A just because you've put in the effort, you've put in the time, and you've shown them that you really care about your grade and that you really care about excelling in their class. So I'm definitely recommending doing this very frequently, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, however you feel. If you're really struggling in class, the first thing you need to do is you don't need to sit around and wait and hope that you're going to do better on the next one. You need to go talk to your professor, because not only can they help you out, but they also can give you tips on how to study for their tests, resources of where you can go to get more help for those tests, and of course, they can definitely tell you how to better prepare for their tests and what to expect, and definitely how to balance your time, because maybe you're not putting in enough time, or maybe you're putting in too much time but it's just not effective. So definitely get to know your professors. This is also very important for college students who are planning to extend their education after their undergraduate career, especially those of you who want to go to medical school or graduate school of any sort. The more professors that you get to know, the more variety of a group of people that you have to get recommendation letters for. You're going to need rec letters for med school and graduate school, so you might as well get a start early as a freshman and start getting to know all your professors. You'd be surprised that the more you get to know your professors, the more likely they are to help you out, and then even if it means writing a recommendation letter for you at the end of your senior year, even though they were your freshman English 101 professor. You'd be so surprised. Like, they are honestly there to help you, and so if you take the time to show them that you really care about your grade and you really care about their course, they're going to help you. So definitely get to know your professors. Don't be scared. They have office hours for a reason. It's so that we as students can go to them and get help for what we need in their class. So don't think, oh, this is going to be awkward. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. You need to go over the notes, write down questions that you have, and even if you don't have that many questions, maybe it's not even the first exam yet. You just want to ask them, what should I expect for the first exam? What do you suggest are the best study techniques for your class, etc. And once they can tell that you're putting in so much effort, they'll definitely help you out. Okay, so the second tip that I wish I knew as an incoming college freshman is to rent your textbooks. I cannot believe that as an incoming college freshman, at orientation they suggested that we get our books through the bookstore and have them ready to be picked up on move-in day. I was like, wow, this is great. I don't have to stress about anything. They'll sort them all out by for me, and I can just go to the bookstore and be like, hey, I'm Katie, and they'll give me my box of books, and I'll be good to go. Well, the problem with that is it was very, very expensive. Around $1,000 just for textbooks for one semester. I was thinking to myself, this is absolutely crazy. There's no way everyone can afford this much to spend on textbooks. So I did some research, and I now always rent my textbooks off of Chegg.com. I will link the website down below. All you have to do is sign up. It's completely free to sign up. And at the beginning of each school year, your professors will give you a syllabus of the required text that you need. All you'll have to do is copy and paste that ISBN into the search engine in Chegg, and 99% of the time, they'll have the textbooks that you need, which is awesome. Now, if it's a university-specific textbook or university-specific lab manual for those biology or anatomy classes, you probably will have to go to the bookstore and shell out money for that, because they're normally written by a certain professor at your certain institution, and unfortunately, that is how they still make business. They're smart like that. And so you'll have to go to the bookstore for that. But for all the basic textbooks, like for your basic calculus and all that, rent them off Chegg. You'll save so much money. On average, I save about $500 to $600 a semester just by renting my textbooks. Not only do I save so much money, but it's also really great because I don't have to worry about selling my textbooks back at the end of the semester. The reason this is so great is because freshman year, I wanted to go and sell my textbooks back so I didn't have to be lugging them around and storing them. And they were like, oh, sorry, we don't need any of those. We're getting a new edition of that calculus book, so you can keep it. And I was just thinking to myself, this is a $200 calculus textbook, brand new, still mint condition, and what was I going to do with it? I was done taking calculus and I don't need to take it in any of my future courses. So I was kind of SOL for that situation. But with Chegg, you can honestly, they ship you all your textbooks in a orange box, and then at the end of the semester, you can store that box somewhere. You can find a place. And at the end of the semester, you'll put all your textbooks back in. They give you a free shipping label to print out through the website. You just go to your local post office or UPS store, and you can mail it back to them, and it's great. And they give you a tracking of where your textbooks are and when they get your textbooks back so that you know you had mailed them all back. It is great. Use it. I wish I knew about it sooner. I could have been saving so much money before then. 3, download the app Self-Control. It's a app that I'm not sure if you could download on a PC, but I'm pretty sure you could, Windows or PC. It should work. I have a MacBook Pro, and what it is you will type in the websites that you do not want to be distracted from during your studying time, such as Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, any of those. You'll type in, and then you'll put in the amount of time that you don't want to be distracted by that. For example, if you have 2 papers and a test to study for, then you could put 5 hours, and even if you turn off your laptop and turn it back on in hopes that you'll be able to log on to one of those websites, you won't be able to until the 5 hours has passed by. So you definitely can focus a lot, get all your homework done, and not have to worry about getting distracted. And this also means put your phone away too, because that's just going to distract you even more. And it's so helpful. It saves you so much time, and you just don't get distracted in the library. You get all your work done. It's great. Download it. I'll link it in the down bar below. So if you guys ever want to reference back to some of these awesome tips, they'll all be listed below. So, okay, number 4. This is a tip I wish I knew my first semester as a freshman. StudyBlue.com is a huge help for trying to figure out what the tests are going to be like. Pretty much what it is, it's a database based on university, the professor, and the specific classes they teach, and all students will upload past note cards or flashcards they've made, study guides, even maybe past exams that they have scanned on their computer. Study Blue has now made that so that you'd have to pay in order to see an old exam, but flashcards and basic study guides you can open for free. So that's very helpful, and you get an idea of what you should study for that exam, because that student before you has taken that test, and that is how they prepared, and they uploaded it on there for a reason. So study that. It's so helpful, and you can even drag all the classes that you're taking for that semester into your backpack, and that way you can easily reference back to those for each test that's coming up. It's so helpful, and you also get updates of when students have uploaded new study guides or notes to look at. So definitely check that out. Obviously, don't be completely dependent on that. Still do the study guide that the professor has given you, but definitely Study Blue is a good way to help you get an idea of what the test may be like and what information will be on it. So check it out. Okay, so last but not least, this is a tip I wish I would have known also. Huge, major tip is ratemyprofessor.com. What this is a website that goes by state and school that you go to, and each professor that has ever taught at your university should be in the database unless they are brand new and are teaching that class for the first time ever. And what it is they are rated on a scale from 1 to 5, and past students leave comments of how their class is, what to expect. Are they hard? Are they easy? Are they very helpful, etc.? This is so important because in college, if there's one thing I've learned these past couple of years, is that the professor really makes all the difference. If you don't have a professor that's willing to help you out or willing to give you resources to go get help, it's going to be really hard to excel in their class, especially if they don't make the topic very interesting and they're not very excited about teaching it. It's going to be really hard for you to absorb that information and really digest everything they're talking about and succeed in their class. So definitely take the time when you're setting up your schedules, write down all the available professors, and then go to the website and see which ones get the best ratings and go from there and make your schedule off of that. It is so important, and I wish I knew about it sooner because it really makes all the difference. It can seriously make a difference between you making a C in a class or an A, because I've had friends who take in the same class as me and they make C's and I make an A just because my professor was 100 times better than theirs was. So I hope you guys have learned a lot from these 5 major tips. They're so helpful, and if you guys have any questions or concerns, you can always leave it in a comment below. And if you guys have any video suggestions, just let me know and I'll be sure to do that. So until next time, bye guys!